Buenos dias, pura vida. Hola, familia. It's a great day to be alive. Grateful to be here in Costa Rica doing some intense work, making some observations about the world outside as well as the world inside, which is not separate. We are reflections of each other. We are all one, coming from the same source of vibration, vibrating on the same dimensional plane, just at different frequencies and different speeds and different pitches, and it's okay. But we are all connected. And lately I've been making observations about self-love and about whether or not self-love is really existent as much as we think it is in this world, because living in a world of social media and images and avatars and projections of identities that we think we are or we want other people to think we are, there's something missing in the middle. There's a core disconnect to the inner child. Remember that carefree inner child that would go around and just like live life and explore and discover and, you know, just joke about stuff and have a personality and not take things seriously and not, you know, not be so judgmental and hard on ourselves. You remember that? Like that inner child that was born into innocence, that was loved and had love before it started to learn domestication and society's ways of how things should be and the system of things. You know, that innocence, that core self-love of, you know, you didn't even have to think about self-love. Like you already had it. You were just like a fish in water. A fish doesn't think about being in the water. It's just in the water, right? So there are these connections to who we are at our core, fundamentally, underneath all of the extra vibrations and extra lights and extra distractions that are going on outside of the core connection to source, whatever you choose to call that. Some call it Jesus, some call it Yahweh, Jehovah. You know, everybody's got a different name for that. And that's another thing, like we don't condemn other people for their path and their belief and their journeys. That's not who we are at the core. We understand, we have a deep understanding that our personal path and our connection with our Creator is our business and it's nobody else's, and it's not our business to go change anybody else's mind about that. So that being said, I want to thank you for any patience and tolerance that you've had with me and whatever I choose to call that source, unconditional love, Yeshua, Yahweh, Jesus, Jehovah, Krishna, Buddha, you know, Eckhart Tolle, you know, masters, teachers, loved ones, divine angels, Holy Spirit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we connect with it without even thinking about it. We just already know we already are this Christ consciousness. We are not separate from it. Christ walked this earth and left a legacy of all of his blessings and all of his teachings for us to use as a guide to live by. And you don't need to do anything. You don't need to do anything to love yourself. You don't need to do anything to be connected to that. You already are this. And so many times in my own mind, I think I'm not worthy of this love. I'm not worthy of loving myself. Like I'm out of shape, I'm fat, you know, or I have scars on my face, or I'm not thinking the right thoughts, or I'm not doing the right things, I'm not helping enough people, I'm not making enough money, I'm not playing enough music, I'm not writing enough songs. You know, all of this weight of this world that I put on myself to love myself, you know. I'm not wearing the right clothes, I'm not driving the right cars, I'm not saying the right things to the ladies, you know, or I'm not giving enough money away. Like all of these insecurities and these misunderstandings of this human experience need to be removed before I can really get to the core of the self-love, so I can start building from that foundation of connection to true purpose and true alignment with my highest good, my quantum future self that is already living in abundance and living in paradise on earth forever and ever, you know, because quantum means timeless, right? There is no time. But that future version of myself is looking at me right now and smiling, because it sees that it sees me putting down all of these expectations and all of this mind activity and, you know, demands from society and other people. You know, it's time for me to put up boundaries. It's time for me to build my kingdom, my castle, right? And the first section that needs to get built on that is the moat. We need to dig a long, round, wide moat around the property area, the area that we're going to be residing and seeking habitat in. And that moat is our boundaries. That moat is me saying, I don't have time for this today. I really appreciate you understanding. Or it's, you know, I don't really resonate with that and I don't agree with you and I appreciate you understanding that. Or I need some alone time today. I need some me time today. You know, I appreciate you understanding that. You know, I have some things I'm working through in my head and in my heart that are going to allow me to be more effective when I'm done with this work, and I just need this time to focus and bring all of my energy and attention to this right now. So thank you for understanding that. You know, and all of this work, or play, I call it play because we get to do this. You know, there's some shaking of the body, some activation, some ecstatic dance, some deep breathing techniques, some jumping jacks, you know what I mean? Like some music and having fun and jumping around and just like enjoying and celebrating this life. You know, if you have legs to stand on, you know, if you have hands that move, you know, and even if they're missing a finger, you still have other fingers. Like I've got injuries on my fingers and I'm a guitar player, and it broke my heart, it broke my spirit whenever I was on this rope swing, and it tore the tendons in my fingers, my middle fingers, and I thought I was over. I thought my career was over. But little did I know, through acceptance and understanding, it was the universe telling me I need to slow down. I need to really think before I do things, you know? So I just, you know, little messages like that come through. But at the core of everything, I need to protect my energy. I need to understand what my purpose is on this earth. I need to get a pencil and a piece of paper, and I need to write down my belief system, what it is I believe, why I'm here, why I was created, why did the Creator make me, why am I this miracle of this human body, like who can I serve, who can I help that doesn't have what I have, you know what I mean, within reason. Because if we give away our resources too much, or we overspend, or we overtip, or we offer too much money for services, people see us as abundantly rich and we can take advantage of that person. And it's happened to me in my life recently. You know, I overextend myself, and then other people start coming out of the woodwork. Oh, that guy's got money, let's go hit him up. And it's not a fun place, because you start to realize that it's not you that these people are attracted to, it's your money. So I misled myself. I misrepresented myself as somebody that was rich and had a lot of money, even though, you know, I'm okay, but I'm not as rich as I lead myself to be. There's this codependency, this desire to be liked and needed and wanted. And that's why I pay extra. That's why I give things away. That's why I pick up the tab. You know, like I want people to love me. I want people to like me, and it's all for the wrong reasons if I'm doing that all the time. So I'm learning some things and working through some things within myself that are in real time helping me to shed these old ideas and old habits, so that I can be my most effective self, and I can attract the people based on my personality and what I have to offer as a spirit being, not as somebody with money. So our time is valuable. Our time, our energy, and our money is the three most valuable assets that we have, you know, resources. And if you know, anybody's going to be ready to take any three of those things for free, yeah, you're going to give it away, I'm taking it, you know. So I have to make sure that I not hoard, but I budget, you know, I ration these things out. You know, this is an awareness I'm coming to recently, because I've had, you know, some recent situations where yeah, I overextended myself, and I'm trying to buy likes. If you're on social media and you're buying likes, you know, you're desperate. You're wanting to convince people that you have followers and that you have likes. And I worked with this guy named Tyler Boone. He has this Artist Formula company that sells Spotify playlisting, and YouTube views, but none of them were real. They were all bots, and he tried to tell me that they weren't, and that's over my head. I don't understand it. But the reality is I know exactly what it is, and I do understand it. And, you know, I was in a place of, I want to be able to promote my video. I want to promote my song. Like, how do I do this? And he looked like he was somebody that had the means to do this, but he didn't. He turned out to be a fraud. He turned out to be very rude, and you know, he triggered some things in me that made me become rude. And he was just very disconnected and ignored any communication, and it just, you know, that was me overextending myself, paying too much money for a service before I knew what it was, you know, and I got bit, and it happens all the time. But that's a core habitual pattern that I am shaking today. I'm letting go of this. I'm letting go of overpaying. I'm letting go of spending money. I throw money around, and I really need to look at that deeper, because just because I have it doesn't mean I need to be giving it away like that. And yeah, there's a security behind money, and if I give it all away, I'm not going to have that security of, or that, you know, there's that fear about having enough that comes back when you don't have the money. So I need to be present and aware with that. I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Which comes back to the self-love thing. Like, if I'm buying people's likes and people's loves, then I'm not giving them an opportunity to value me at what I really am, which is, you know, I have so many great attributes. I have so many great things to offer, and I need to make sure that I am representing myself congruent with who I truly am, instead of trying to buy likes and buy people's. You know, a codependency is a factor. And when you are needy like that, and you need people to like you, and you need friends, and you need that, and you can't be by yourself, you know, that's a gross characteristic. It's very gross. It turns people off, and it makes them want to block you. And I've been doing that in my life, just being very needy. And when people witness that in me, they witness that in themselves, and it's not a good feeling. Oh, am I being needy? And it's like, oh, that guy's going to remind me that I'm needy, because we're all reflections of each other. We're here to teach each other lessons. So I want to make sure that I stand in confidence and in purpose with self-love, and cultivate that as much as I possibly can. And one thing I can do to produce more self-love is get in the sunshine, get in that golden light, be grateful. Be grateful for having a bed to sleep in, having water to drink, having technology to connect with my friends and family, you know, and share my experience, because I know a lot of you are going through the same thing. I have people that I work with, you know, clients and friends that share certain things about their life, and I understand there's a lot of disconnect and a lot of love sickness out there, self-love sickness. We are all lacking self-love, and our cups are empty, and we're trying to fill it with other people. And the reality is that I need to focus on filling my cup from within, and the best way for that to happen for me is gratitude. So getting in the sun, taking in that vitamin D, giving thanks to the Creator, asking for the right thought or action, asking for more self-love, asking for the Creator to show me where I can be loved, and I can be loved, and I can appreciate certain things about me, even though my teeth aren't perfect, and my face is wrinkled, and I got sunspots, and I'm not in perfect shape. Like, I need to find self-love in spite of all of that. And it doesn't come just by going, okay, I love myself. Like, there's work to be done. You know, there's some old energetic energies that are stored in my muscles and in my joints and in my habits of thought that need to be rocked. I need to rock myself. So getting up, shaking it out, you know, activating the body. These are all relative. And then positive affirmations, you know, I am a human. Right there, I'm winning. I'm not a squirrel. You know, I have the ability to think for myself. I have free will. I can do whatever I want. I can go eat a bunch of chocolate if I want. I can go eat some pizza, or I can go run on the beach, or I can go go for a walk in nature. You know, I have choices. I get to make these choices, and I take full responsibility for all of these choices. You know, yeah, I'm a little out of shape right now compared to how I visualize my highest self, but this is work that I'm doing, but it's from within, and it's not about just burning fat and looking good on the outside. It's about feeling good and connecting with source and the creator on the inside, or whatever it is that you believe you're here for, or what your purpose is, to leave that legacy, you know. I have an overactive throat chakra right now because a lot of stuff is coming through. So I may speak a lot, I may talk a lot, I may talk almost too much. But the point is this world is lacking self-love. I can see it all over social media. I can see it all over the news. You know, we are dialed into negativity, and that's what's being projected, and that's what's being recycled. And we're all reflections of each other. So that vibration affects all of us. Be careful of what you watch on the screen. Be careful of what you listen to in conversations in public. You know, listen, be aware, be present. Stand on the watchtower of your castle with the drawbridge up before you let it down to let potential thieves come on and steal your peace. Think about that. Your body is, your kingdom of heaven is right here, and your castle is here, right? And your moat of boundaries is around you. So you got to stand on the watchtower with that drawbridge up. And only when you're ready to let people in, or to give your energy away, or to give this giving and receiving exchange of love and light, or energy and time and money, you know, be very careful about when you let that drawbridge down. And that's just something that I picked up and learned on. I learned recently. I guess you could say I downloaded it, but it came through to me. I wanted to hit record and make this video and share that experience. Right now I'm doing a detox. I put coffee down, which is a huge feat for me. I have no idea how I did it, but 7 days ago I haven't had any coffee. I started this detox 5 days ago. I'm drinking lemon water, 2 liters of it a day. I'm doing some journaling, some clearing, some understanding, like getting to know more about the story that my ego carries from, you know, the past, and ways to process that, ways to make amends, ways to just clean up my side of the street, clean up this body of energy so that I can carry the light and be closer to Christ consciousness, closer to Jesus or Yahweh, Jehovah, you know, whatever that means to you, source energy, the force, unconditional love. It's all relative. You know, these names are what separates us. Well, we're all the same vibration. We all come from the same source of vibration coming out of Mother Earth, you know, and the golden sun, like the light and the vibration, you know. It's all in the third dimensional realms, and we're here to play in it. So let's not take ourselves too seriously. Let's be grateful. Let's move around. Let's shake. Let's do ecstatic dance, right? Let's play music. Let's sing. Let's write. Let's create. Let's paint. Let's make gardens. Let's help kids discover their talents, you know. Let's celebrate this life. We've got a lot to offer this world, and we've been playing small. And I think more than ever, after having this amount of time, because of the circumstances in the world, to sit down and say, hey, who am I outside of my job, has been bringing some things into light for me that are helping me to understand where I can be of service more, where I can, you know, be available for people that really do sincerely want to change. You know, I work with addicts and alcoholics. I work with people that are, you know, dealing with depression, and because I've been through all of it. I've done it all, and I don't, you know, if anything, I did it so that I can help other people get out of it, and that's my belief. So thanks for listening. Be grateful. Take some deep breaths. If you get stuck in your head, stand up and shake your body, activate, you know. But it's time to start changing habits. It's you know, or not. Maybe you just want to sit on the couch and play video games and smoke weed. That's awesome, you know. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with anything. There is no wrong. There's no right or wrong. There's only consequence. So use this opportunity to create whatever it is that you want. Create the kingdom of heaven within your heart, within your body, within your mind, within your environment. Like, where do you want to live? How much money do you want to make? This is the time to get creative and have some fun with it, you know? And if you only last for maybe 2 minutes on a piece of paper, cool. At least you sat down for that 2 minutes and did that. You can always go back to it later. You know, there's no rules here. And there's no, you're not punching a clock. This is a lifetime career and opportunity, adventure. Have some fun with it. Cheers.